Our skin not only isolates our inner organs from the surrounding environment, but it also allows the exchange of heat, helping the body maintain its ideal temperature. Human skin is so much more than a simple wrapper. It is a highly complex organ composed of many different cells. And in fact, it is the largest organ we possess. How does this skin of this reptile or of this mammal compare to our own? Do they look very different from ours? On the surface they do, but surprisingly enough, there is a lot that we have in common. Michel Milinkovitch in Geneva is leading a project financed by Systemsx.ch, which aims to understand how the amazing variety of skin types in nature arises.
There is no doubt that we can understand the development and function of the skin, including the human skin, only if we compare the diversity and complexity of skin across species. For example, in my research group, we have demonstrated that the production of hair in mammals, and of course in humans as well, but also the development of feathers in birds and of scales in reptiles, require the formation of local thickenings of the embryonic skin made of specific cells that express in all species the same set of genes. And if one of these genes doesn't work, then the embryo develops into a hairless mammal or a scaleless reptile, like in these scaleless lizards.
In humans, if just one of the genes studied by Michel Milinkovitch does not work properly, the results can be surprising. This is the case for the actor Michael Berryman, who has very reduced hair, fingernails, teeth, and sweat glands. More or less the same happens in bearded dragons, a species of Australian lizard. Usually they have scales all over their bodies, including spines on the head and on their flanks. But if one gene is mutated, the scales and spines grow much smaller, and all scales and spines disappear in the offspring of two mutated parents. That is what happened with this individual, whose skin is incredibly smooth. Although genes play a fundamental role, how skin looks might also be affected by a number of other factors, including the shape of the cells and the compression or tension to which they are subjected.
We model the biological and physical processes that generate the skin shape and color in different species. This is why we are using a systems biology approach. Not only do we rely on skills and tools typical of biology and genetics, but also on those from physics, computer science, and mathematics.
The studies carried out in this lab are an essential step towards being able to reproduce fully functional skin, complete with hair and maybe even other parts, such as glands and touch sensors. Something that today is not yet achievable, but which would be a huge step forward in helping those who have suffered severe burns.